Hey everyone, so this is going to be a rapid review on some products I was sent from Glow Store. They're by Glominerals, and the first is their Pressed Base. The second is their Revive Hydration Mist. So I'll start with the Pressed Base. So their Pressed Base is a finely pressed mineral powder foundation, and that's it there. So it comes in a pan and it has a little mirror and a sponge included with it as well. So I'm going to start with colour range first. I am Natural Fair, or that's what I chose. Next time though I think I might go with Beige Light because it's slightly more pink. Natural Fair is in their neutral, semi-neutral kind of range. It's a little bit on the yellow peach side of neutral, but it still works with my skin, as you can see. It's still blended out and it still looks fine. With their colour range, I did really like the selection that they had. They have about 20 colours and it ranges from really fair and pale tones to quite deep, rich chocolatey shades as well. So anyone that's really fair or really dark skin tone can find a colour in this range, which is always nice because it's hard to find mineral foundations that suit my skin. A lot of the time they're too dark or way too yellow. So they have, in this particular range, more pinky tones, more neutral tones, or more yellow tones across the board. So that's always good, and there's a lot of colours to choose from. Now as far as coverage goes, coverage is anywhere from sheer to full coverage depending on how you apply it. Now the way that I apply it is with the Ultra brush, which is a flat top brush. I swirl it in the pan, tap off the excess, and then just buff it into my skin. I then get the sponge that comes with it and just press it into the actual pan and press it on the spots like blemishes or pigmentation that I have around here to get a bit more coverage. But it can be worked up to full coverage if you want it to look a lot more, full. Now as far as who it's best suited to, I think any age could actually use this particular type of foundation, and I would probably recommend it for skin types that are anywhere from oily to normal to combination, even combination dry. I have fairly dry skin, and if I apply it, it can stick to the flakes of, like the flakes that flake up, but a lot of powders do that for me, not just this one. So it is something that I'm used to that, and I hate liquid foundations. I really don't like them at all, so I prefer powders, and there is a trick that I've found to stop that from happening, and it's using the other product, so I'll talk you through that as well to let you guys know. But overall the ease of use is very easy to use, so many colours to choose from, and it lasts a really long time. The finish is a matte finish, so it has no shine, and it does have SPF 15 in it as well, which is nice. So I do like this, and I think it works across the board for nearly all skin types. Really dry skin, you might need to have the hydration mist or a mist to keep it kind of moist so it doesn't dry out too much, but for all the other skin types it would be fine to use it. So that's the Pressed Base. Now moving on to the Revive Hydration Mist. This can be used before or after you apply your makeup, or even just on its own as a light moisturiser. What I've been doing is trying it before I put on the Pressed Base foundation, and what I found is that when I did that and applied the actual Pressed Base itself, it was a lot more full coverage, and so I stopped doing that because I didn't necessarily want full coverage all the time. Just sheer to medium coverage was fine with me, but if you do like full coverage, that's a little tip for you. You can try that out. Now what I've been using it for is after I apply the Pressed Base, I do have some flaky skin just across there, not a lot, but just across here and here. What I've been doing is getting a spray, spraying it across the top of the brush just so it dampens the very tip of the brush. I've been tapping off some and letting it dry out a little bit just by waving it around. And then what I would do is get the brush and sort of dab it on the flakes and slightly pull it down and smooth them down. And what this would do is completely smooth down any of the flakiness. It would also set the makeup and make it last a lot longer. What I will say is I do like the Revive Hydration Mist. I think it works really well for that purpose of smoothing it out and setting the makeup as well. I think it would be nice during summer as just a refreshing mist, a light moisturiser. But one thing that I do want to tell you guys about is the smell. I like the smell, but it is a strong lavender, rosemary kind of scent, so very herbal. If you don't like that type of scent, I probably wouldn't recommend the hydration mist for you, because it does have quite a strong scent of lavender or that herbal kind of smell. I don't mind it, I like it, I actually do quite like the scent, but for those of you that don't, or for those of you that really hate lavender, I'd steer clear of it because it is a very prominent scent. It does last for a little while after applying it to the skin. It eventually does fade down, but it does take a good few minutes for it to completely disappear. So that's one thing to be aware of. I really do like this as well. I think it sets makeup very, very well, at least in the case of the pressed base. So my overall thoughts, I really do like both of these products. I actually like the pressed base more than the Revive Hydration Mist, but together I think they work for dry skins. So if you're like me and you have dry skin and you hate liquid foundation, I'd probably suggest getting the pressed base and a mist. That way you can smooth down the flakiness and set it all and have it look nice and smooth. And yeah, what impressed me about the products itself, the colour range. Hands down, it is the largest colour range I've seen in mineral foundation ever, and that really impressed me. Not only on the pale end of the scale, but at the darker end of the scale there were a lot of colours to choose from as well. So that is a really good thing, and I like the fact that there's so many colours. They also have different mists, so if this isn't really your thing, your kind of scent, maybe check out their other ones as well and see if there's another one that you might like. So overall, I really do like the products. I have all their links below, and like always, if you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!